Hello, my name is Luna and I am going to be talking to you today about coping with loneliness. Now, loneliness is something that we all experience in our lifetimes at one point or another. And it's a general sense of feeling isolated and feeling disconnected from our very large universe. And it's actually something that, feeling alone is one of the most difficult experiences that we can actually have in our lifetimes. Now, there are two types of loneliness. You can experience loneliness when you are having a lot of success in your life. So perhaps you are somebody who is thriving in your career, you're achieving lots of things, you're doing really, really well in your career, and you're kind of smashing all the goals that you had set out to achieve. But when you come home at the end of the day, you have nobody there and you feel lonely. And when we experience this, it's because success is feeding one part of you, but your soul is craving and is hungry for another part to be fed. So it might be that you are craving a companion, like a romantic companion, or it could be that you're finding yourself just not socially surrounded by enough people. And so what happens is one part of you is feeling lonely and disconnected, while the other part of you is actually, it's being fed because you have, reached and surpassed these goals that you've set out for yourself. So you're having this wonderful success, and then you have this other part of you that is hungry and craving for more than you actually have. So there's an imbalance happening there. The other type of loneliness that we can experience is when we are disconnected from ourselves. So this is when we are experiencing a lower relationship with ourselves. We might find that we are not connected to our inner voice, we're not connected to our intuition, and we're actually feel happy when we're surrounded by people. So you can be in company with people and feel very, very happy, but actually find yourself to be feeling very, very lonely when you're on your own. And that comes when we are having this disconnection from ourselves. So those are the two types of loneliness that we can experience. So what do you do? What do you do when you find yourself in one of these situations? Well, actually, there are many things that you can do. So if you find that you are somebody who is very successful in your career, but in your personal life, you just don't have many people around you, you maybe are craving a companion, then it's really important that you are putting yourself in situations where you're actually going to meet new people. So you can do this. There's different ways that you can achieve this. You might find that, you want to join a class, and this could be an exercise class where you're going to be able to meet new people. You might decide that you take up a new hobby. Perhaps it's painting or drawing, or it could be, an outdoor activity that you prefer doing, that you join a group of people. The sense here is about joining people and doing something collectively together that you all enjoy. Now, what happens when you do that is that it gives you a sense of belonging, and it also gives you something to look forward to. Another thing that you can do if you're experiencing this type of loneliness where you're not feeling surrounded by enough people is to volunteer for something. So actually to give up some of your time to a volunteering role. And it's something that you believe in, something that you feel passionate about. So if I personally was going to do this, one of the things that I feel quite passionate about is animal rescue. And that is something that I would actually want to be doing. But you would find your own groove of what volunteering was important to you. Now, working with those that have less than you can give you a deeper feeling of gratitude, and it can also give you the opportunity to appreciate what you do have in your own life. Another thing that you're actually able to do is to strengthen the relationships that you already have, to call friends more often and to strengthen those bonds. That is something that you can do, which you can pick up the pace with as time goes on, and you're actually going to be in a position to create a bigger and wider social circle for yourself as time goes on. Another thing that you might consider doing, and this is a real sense of commitment that you would need to have, is to get a pet. And you know, dogs and cats can provide great companionship. You know, walking a dog means that you're opening yourself up to a community of other dog walkers. And also pets provide unconditional love. If you've ever experienced the love of a pet in the past, you will know just how unconditional it actually is. Now, pets can provide you with ongoing sense of companionship. So there's somebody, you know, that unconditional love and that sense of companionship that you have is something that will be there for you all the time. So there are different things that you can do if you're finding that one side of your soul is not being nourished and not being fed. There are different ways that you can connect with people, but there is a sense there that you will have to take action, and most importantly, that you feel what you consider to be a void in your life in healthy ways. Now, if you're finding that you're in a situation where you're feeling lonely because you're actually disconnected from yourself, then there are different things that you can do, different steps that you can actually take. Now, disconnection from ourselves happens when we are not present in the moment. So there are different things you can do. For example, you can connect back into your body with physical activity. So some of these physical activities could be dance, yoga, swimming, really whatever it is that suits you individually. And the purpose of this is that it can remind us that we are present in our bodies. You know, find an activity that you enjoy and get lost in it. Get lost in enjoying that activity, and it will bring a sense of you feeling back into your body, being present in your body. Another thing that you can do to help with your connection with yourself is to spend time in nature. Now, it's very, very grounding to spend time in nature. Focus your attention on the beautiful flow of life, and what will happen when you do that is that you will jump back into the present moment. Another thing that you can do is to adopt a mindfulness practice. If you're not familiar with mindfulness, mindfulness is about being present in the moment that you're actually in and to noticing what is going on in that moment, to breathe that moment in. Now, become aware of the moment-to-moment sensations, and when you do this, this will anchor you into the here and now very, very quickly. And so an example of mindfulness that you could practice on a daily basis, the shower. When you are in the shower, take a moment to feel the water, to feel the temperature, to feel what it feels like on your body to have that water on your body. Take that in, embrace that. Also feel, smell the soap that you're using, and really you can use that moment to be mindful in the shower. Perhaps not closing your eyes though, because being in the shower, standing up and closing your eyes might not be the best practice, but there are different things that you can do. Now, another thing that you can do is you can allow yourself to feel what needs to be felt. So disconnection from ourselves is actually quite an emotional journey, and it often happens when we are trying to avoid feelings that are emotionally uncomfortable and painful for ourselves, painful sensations. So if you find yourself in this situation of disconnect from yourself, ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid? What do I not actually want to face up to on an emotional level that I fear is going to cause me a painful sensation? Then allow yourself to be in that moment, to be in that body, feeling that painful sensation. And it is only when you do that that you're going to be able to slowly let go and come back into connection with yourself. So there are many different things that you can do when you're feeling and experiencing loneliness. It's also important to be kind to yourself. Loneliness won't last forever, and you can change it. You can take action steps to move yourself away from loneliness, to move yourself to being surrounded by people and to connecting to your own self as well. And remember, most importantly, that you are not alone. You are never truly alone. Now, please do live in love and love yourself. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this and the points I have made about coping with loneliness. Love and light. See you soon.